as I was working on my own in this project, it sort of made myself my own boss in a sense, as in really it was just me making all the decisions, so I didn't really have that problem, and largely that worked into my favour. But there was sort of times when perhaps it needed perhaps an extra body, but I am grateful for the people who have helped me out in this project. It went largely well. I didn't really operate the camera a great deal because some of the shots I were in, and also the camera that we're using, my friend has one at home, so he said he would operate it for me, which that was a great help. It meant that the footage perhaps was better because he knew sort of what it required, which that's good, and sort of the settings it should be in. So that really did help me out, and really my main role was sort of just directing it and planning it, just telling my cameraman where I wanted it and what angle, what sort of shot I wanted, and yeah, that was probably one of the strong points personally. For me, that was probably my strongest role out of everything, because I had a clear sense of what I wanted. My plan had gone really well, and it gave me a clear idea of what I was looking for, what shots I was after. So really it was just a case of just saying, I want the camera here, I'd like it sort of, I'd like a high angle shot, I'd like a low angle shot, that kind of thing. I'd like an establishing shot. So yeah, it was sort of just giving clear instructions that helped it out. And yeah, that probably was the easiest task ever, and I felt that role, it was very easy for me, and I fulfilled it very well. Probably the hardest thing though for me was working as an editor, because, for example, I aren't greatly clued up on some of the fine features of the editing software, so a lot of it was sort of learning as you go. But you know, if there was a major problem, I'd get help for it, and also a lot of it I sort of knew some of the basic things that I needed to have in there, so it wasn't too much of a problem. But out of all of the various things that I did, it was probably the hardest thing that I did, because I just don't, it's something that I'm just not really 100% certain on. I'm not certain how to use everything in there, and yeah, but I mean, other things, other roles hit spot on. But yeah, I think I was helped by some of the friends that I had helping me out in my team. Really, other than that, I was just working by myself. I just had my team who helped me film, but I mainly constructed everything else, like drew the storyboards. I also created a survey on the internet, which unfortunately that didn't really work that well, so I just resorted to posting the main questions that I wanted an answer for onto Facebook, and that got me quite a lot of responses, which that pleased me quite a bit. But I made good use of various tools like Facebook and Twitter to help me get response for my project. And also I've used various equipment, like the camera obviously. I used a tripod as well, just to help make sure that everything was steady, and yeah, to help the quality out. But yeah, obviously I was working as a lone wolf, so to speak. This didn't really have much of a impact greatly, because I think largely down to the fact that I had a clear sense of what I wanted anyway, and I was very organised, and that helped me. So it meant that despite having less people, I was able to get through quite a bit, and yeah, it wasn't really an issue, which that's very pleasing.